What is up, guys? In today's video, I'm going to be going over everything you need to know about Fortnite's newest update, and this is going to be the final major update we have for the Simpsons season. As always, if you guys do enjoy this video, find it helpful, informative, or interesting, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and comment down below what you think of today's changes. If you guys would like to use my code in the shop when getting anything, it is EvolveJake, just like my channel name is, and it is underneath the webcam at all times. So I'm going to start with the quick and kind of minor changes, and then get into the more important changes as the video goes on. The first thing you're going to notice is that all the water around the map is now purple, and this will give you the dash effect similar to when you eat one of the blink floppers. So in chapter 5, we had green water on the map that would give you 3 dashes that you could kind of use as you wished. But with this effect, you just get the ability to dash for, I believe, 5 seconds after you exit the water. So it's not like something that you can really consistently get and then like keep with you for the remainder of the game. But any fights happening around any of the water, going to get pretty crazy now with all the dashing that is going to go down. There's also a 0 gravity area at the power plant POI. So anytime you shockwave here, you're going to go much further. Anytime you jump around, you're going to have low gravity. And this does make the steamy stacks like kind of lift that you get when you try to like glide out of this area. It does make it you go a little bit higher now that you do have that low gravity effect. And there are also tomatoes at the farm POI that will give you the low gravity effect and 20 health or shield. It's basically like how the chug splash is, and you can carry 6 in a stack like how splashes are. So think of it like low gravity chug splashes essentially, and you can get these out of the baskets at the farm. You can carry 6 in a stack. As I said, you throw it at the ground, it affects the area around you. You'll get 20 health or shield, and you'll get the low gravity. So you can use this on teammates as well, which makes it quite a good like kind of rotational mobility item. But with the tomatoes being limited to only one section of the map, I feel like it's not the greatest healing item to carry because it's not something that like you can consistently top off on throughout the course of the game. But being able to give yourself the low gravity with this, and then shockwave sends you really far. And I would imagine low gravity tomato plus slushy plus shockwave probably gives you some pretty crazy movement, but I haven't been able to try that yet since the update dropped. There are also 4 new mythic weapons in today's update, and I think this is going to be the bulk of the update that most people are kind of concerned with, or most people are interested in. There is a mythic red eye AR, a mythic regular AR, a dragon's breath shotgun mythic, and then also a mythic twin fire SMG. And you get these by destroying the Homer donuts around the map. They will be marked on your map with a donut icon and Homer's head, and I believe they spawn in like every zone or every other zone. Throughout the course of the game, these spawn up, and you can see, as I said, Homer's face and a donut, and then you can see this from anywhere. With the other bosses, you needed to be within like 100 meters to actually see the boss on the map. With the Homer donut thing, you can see it anywhere on the map, regardless of how far away you are from it. You go here, you destroy the donut, and you'll get a mythic. And the donut is pretty easy to destroy, and when you destroy it, you will get one of the 4 mythic items, a healing item, and then also several Homer clones will spawn as well. There will be a lot of them, and they do chase you a decent amount, so you may need to end up just shooting the clones as well. You do get ammo back for shooting the clones, and they die pretty quickly. They're not the biggest threat, but if you have like a bunch of them on you all at once, they can actually deal surprising amounts of damage pretty quickly, and you can kind of get like stuck around them as they surround you. So don't ignore these clones. Like you kind of got to keep your guard up around them somewhat. The mythic you get is completely random, and there are several of the same mythic weapons in the same game. Like you could break 3 of these donuts in a single match, and you could just happen to get the mythic red eye every time. It's not like there's one mythic of each in every single game. That's not how it works. It's just you get a random mythic. The mythic red eye has a faster fire rate when aimed in, and this is probably going to be one of the most sought after mythics in Zero build because it is the only weapon in the loot pool right now that currently has a red dot sight, meaning you don't have to worry about bloom. And this makes it a lot easier to consistently land shots at range. And with this being a limited item, like not very many people on the map are going to have it. If you have this, you have like a huge advantage in range fights versus a majority of the lobby. Again, some people can't have it. It's not like there's only one per match, but even then it's not going to be like everybody you fight has it. So if you have this, I think you have a huge advantage in long range fights because of that accuracy. And just for me personally, it feels so much easier to like play around and peek from cover using the first person weapons in a ranged fight than it is the third person weapon. So I think that's going to be another huge benefit of having this red eye. it will deal 41 body damage and 68 headshot damage. So if you're hitting headshots, you can chunk down enemies incredibly quickly. And while I was streaming today, the question I got asked most about this is whether it was hit scan or projectile. And it is hit scan, meaning you don't have to worry about bullet drop. You don't have to worry about travel time. You just put the shot where you want it, or you put your reticle where you want the shot to go, and it'll go there instantly. You don't have to worry about bullet drop. So it is very good, and I know a lot of people have missed the red dot weapons this season. So if you're one of those, you're probably going to want to have really high priority on these Homer donuts. The Mythic regular AR I thought was surprisingly good. This has a 1.75 headshot multiplier rather than the standard 1.5, and it felt pretty accurate to me, bloom-wise, when I was playing. So I was very happy to have this whenever I could. And in situations where you are able to hit a headshot or two, you will kill incredibly fast with this weapon. The body damage is 38 and the headshot damage is 67, which is lower than the red eyes, but since it shoots so much faster, this is going to be one of the meltier weapons in situations where you get like double or triple headshotted. You go down incredibly quick with this weapon. And as I said, to me, the accuracy or the bloom of this weapon felt a lot better than the suppressed AR or the striker AR. Like it felt more accurate to me even when full spraying. So I think this is going to be another one that is really sought after. The Mythic Dragon's Breath was my least favorite of the Mythics. It has a max damage of 173, which sounds great, but the range on the shotgun is pretty terrible, and it also needs to be reloaded after you fire it a single time. So it has 4 shells, but it uses all 4 on a single trigger pull, so every time you shoot, you have to reload. And since it has such pitiful range, you kind of need to be incredibly close to your enemy to even use it. So like if you do miss a shot or get mid damage out of a shot for whatever reason, you're probably going to be punished. The Ranger shotgun also only has a single shot per reload, but it has a much faster fire rate. And since it has more range, you can kind of play more mid range and play for like chip damage and play a bit safer. But if you're using a Dragon's Breath, you're in the danger, and so anytime you miss a shot or hit bad damage, I think you're just going to auto lose the fight off that. It's a very coin flippy weapon, in my opinion. The ceiling on it is very high. If you just barrel stuff somebody, hit max damage, and then swap to an SMG, you'll kill really quick. But anytime you get bad damage or you miss a shot or whatever, it's going to really cost you with this weapon, so it's not really what I would prefer to use. And the fact that like you need to reload after every shot, even if like a perfect situation happens where you get max damage, swap to the SMG, quickly kill the enemy, with how prevalent third parties are this season, I don't really want to be using a shotgun that needs to be reloaded that frequently. This is like one of the most third party centric seasons we've ever had. So that's a bit of a problem. The Mythic Twinfire SMG, or sorry, the Mythic Twin Mag SMG, I did not get to use today, but this has 273 DPS, meaning it can melt incredibly fast if you hit all your shots. But it only has 20 rounds in the mag, and it will reload faster every other reload like the traditional twin mag weapons. I could see this being incredibly good this season. I didn't really get to use it today, as I said, but this has always been an incredibly solid SMG, and it's always been an SMG that's like decently accurate at mid-range, and with how inaccurate a lot of the other weapons are this season, I think the Twin Mag SMG is going to actually be a solid choice at medium range. And if you're using something like an infantry rifle, Mr. Blasty, or a Red Eye AR with it, you have range covered with that weapon, and then you can do close and medium range with this Twin Mag SMG. I know when it was in Reload recently, a lot of people were just using this instead of an AR because it's good up close and good enough at like medium range. And I could see a similar thing happening this season, because of how much bloom the striker AR and the suppressed AR have. So the Twin Mag SMG, I think, will be also a very sought after Mythic. And if I had to rank them, it would be hard for me to do because I didn't get to use the Twin Mag. But I think my favorite would probably be the Red Eye. And then for second, it would be between the AR and the Twin Mag. And then my least favorite would be the Dragon's Breath shotgun. Don't really ever want to take that weapon. I've never really enjoyed any iteration of the Dragon's Breath shotgun. There's also a countdown timer for the event, which is now live in the lobby, and I think at the Springfield Town Square POI, it's above the statue. So the event is going to be happening on November 29th, and we do know the exact time for it because of this countdown. And that's basically it for this update. The main thing was the Mythics, the Dash Water, and the Tomatoes. There are other items that are expected to be coming to the season at some point, but this was the last like major download update of the season. There will maybe be like some items released next week, But this season is very close to being over. But that is going to be it for this video. As always, if you guys did find this to be helpful, informative, or interesting, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.